And now for our next news special report.
In this special report, I am bringing you a story that hits close to home for the majority of us. Since the pandemic, the disturbing trend has emerged, one that goes beyond mere statistics. We're talking about the bottom 80% of our fellow Americans who found themselves slipping into deeper financial troubles. It's not just about numbers, it's about real lives and real struggles. So what is fueling this disturbing shift? Is it the government policies, the global economic climate, or something more? Amidst this, a Robin Hood mentality is taking root, a mindset where taking from the rich is becoming the norm. So why is this happening, and what does it mean for the future of our republic? Well, you'll want to stay with us through this report, because in the end, I've got some critical final thoughts on why this matters to each of us. You don't want to miss this. Now, before we dive into our special report, the kind that keeps our show running, just like the average American family tightening their belts in these tough times, we at the studio rely on the steadfast backing of our sponsors, and these aren't just brands, they're part of our broadcasting family. And supporting them is akin to bolstering your efforts to bring you uncompromising, hard-hitting news. And when you choose our sponsor like Patriot Gold Group and ask them about their no-fee-for-life IRA, you are actually not just buying into a product, you're making a statement that you value the truth and integrity that we strive to deliver every day. So give them a call, 888-857-9437, and make sure that you mention Next News for best-in-class support during these challenging times. Now let's get back to the news. We're facing a reality that's hard to swallow but impossible to ignore. Since the pandemic, the bottom 80% of Americans have been getting significantly poorer, while a handful at the top continue to amass wealth. This stark contrast is not just an economic statistic, it's a catalyst for a growing Robin Hood mentality across our nation. So let's dive a little deeper. A recent Federal Reserve study revealed that the bottom 80% of households adjusted for inflation now have lower bank deposits than other liquid assets compared to March of 2020. This decline is a stark reversal from the pandemic's initial stages, where government support and limited spending options led to a temporary accumulation of savings. But as these savings dwindled, a clear picture emerged. The vast majority of Americans are facing financial decline. Meanwhile, the rich are getting richer. The wealthiest one-fifth of households still enjoy cash savings approximately 8% above the pre-COVID levels. In contrast, the poorest two-fifths, they've seen an 8% decrease, and the middle class is not faring any better, with their savings falling below pre-pandemic levels. Now, this widening gap is more than numbers. It's about a struggle of everyday Americans. Labor Department data shows that average hourly earnings are lower today than when President Biden took office. This means millions have effectively received a pay cut due to high inflation. And with layoffs on the rise, the situation only worsens. Citigroup's recent large-scale layoffs and Stellantis offering buyouts to thousands of employees, just the tip of the iceberg. These aren't isolated incidents, they're signs of a broader economic struggle. Now, the financial strain isn't happening in a vacuum. It's leading to a noticeable shift in societal behavior. Take, for instance, the shocking theft of a FedEx truck in Memphis, where a mob looted the vehicle at a red light in Atlanta, where thieves ransacked the Amazon truck. Watch this.
Tonight, delivery drivers on edge after a string of robberies across the country caught on camera. In Memphis, dozens of people surrounding this FedEx truck as it was stopped in traffic, breaking the back latch before ransacking the inside and running away with as many boxes as they could hold. Even after the driver starts to pull away, thieves run after the truck, jump on it, and take more boxes.
In traffic, though, folks.
In Atlanta, an Amazon worker returning from a delivery finds several suspects sprinting up to the truck, stealing packages at random from the back. These groups overwhelming drivers in a similar tactic used by flash mobs at retail stores in cities like Los Angeles and Philadelphia.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Such incidents of brazen theft and crime are becoming increasingly common as people grow desperate. It's not just about crime, it's about a changing mindset. People are starting to justify these actions with a Robin Hood mentality, taking from the perceived rich to alleviate their own financial burdens. This thinking is dangerous, and it spreads quickly, especially when amplified by social media, where the wealthy often flaunt their luxurious lifestyles. It's a ticking time bomb. Economic hardships, combined with this growing resentment towards the wealthy, create a volatile mix. We're witnessing this fallout of the economic divide in the form of civil unrest and crime, but there's more. This unrest is fueled by a sense of injustice, a feeling that the system is rigged against the average Joe. Let's not forget the political implications. We're heading into an election season, and the economic divide will undoubtedly play a significant role in the narratives. It's not just about policy debates, it's about the real impact on people's lives. The decisions made in Washington affect the wallet of every American. We've gone from a national debt of $6 trillion to $34 trillion in 20 years, and this has direct consequences on our economy and our national security. Even Mike Johnson, the House Speaker, warned our greatest threat isn't Russia or China, it is our national debt. Here is more.
The greatest threat to our national security is our nation's debt. And while we've been sitting in this room, that's right, the debt has crossed almost $33.6 trillion. And the time that it's going to take me to deliver this speech will go up another $20 million in debt. It's unsustainable. We have to get the country back on track. Now, we know this is not going to be an easy task, and tough decisions will have to be made. But the consequences, if we don't act now, are unbearable. We have a duty to the American people to explain this to them so they understand it well. And we're going to establish a bipartisan debt commission to begin working on this crisis immediately.
Now, this isn't fear-mongering, it's a reality check. Now let's turn our focus to the Middle East. The ongoing war adds another layer of complexity to our domestic issues. The recent shutdown of the Bay Bridge by pro-Palestine protesters is a stark reminder of how international conflicts can have local repercussions. This isn't just about traffic disruptions. It's a symbol of the growing unrest and the willingness of people to take extreme measures to voice their frustrations. This brings us to a critical question. What can be done? Well, the first step is acknowledging the problem. We need policies that bridge the economic gap, not widen it. This isn't about handouts. It's about creating opportunities for the average American to thrive. We need to address the core issues: inflation, job security, and wage stagnation. We must do this while being mindful of our national debt, which poses a significant risk to our future stability. But it's not just a government issue. It's about a societal change. We need to shift from a culture of envy and entitlement to one of empowerment and responsibility. It's about hard work, innovation, and taking control of our financial futures. We can't just blame the rich. We need to create our own paths to success, and that's what's great about being an American. As we delve into these issues, we must remain vigilant and informed. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding the complexities of our economy is crucial to making informed decisions both at the polls and in our daily lives. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. Your support helps us continue to bring you the real stories that matter, the stories that affect you and your life and the future of our great republic. In closing, tonight's report isn't just about the widening wealth gap or the rise of the Robin Hood mentality. It's a wake-up call to the reality that's facing our republic. The story matters because it's about the American dream slipping away from the majority. It's about the fabric of our society being tested as never before. As we witness the struggle of the bottom 80%, we must recognize that their plight is our plight. The economic challenges we face are not just individual struggles. They're a collective issue that impacts the very core of our nation. We must confront these challenges with resolve, wisdom, and unity. It's not about dividing lines between rich and poor. It's about creating a future where every American has the opportunity to succeed. Remember, our republic is only as strong as its people. So let's ensure that strength by addressing these issues head-on together as one nation under God.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.